Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is John. I'm glad you pushed the button and watched this video. This video is actually a Bozo Chronicle. You know, I haven't done them in a while and figured it was time for more. You know what I mean? So I almost got my ass kicked by a blood. So I'll tell you that story. There was this guy who had weed. You know what I mean? Like, obviously we're in prison, everybody's got it. Real weed, not dues. Real weed. So I was like, sell me some. You know what I mean? Because I could sell it, make a profit. And he's like, no, I'm not selling it. I'm like, yo, sell me some. He's like, nah, I'm just smoking it. I was like, how about me and you fight and whoever wins gets all of it? And if you win, I won't bother you. If I win, that shit is mine. And he's like, no, and I ain't gonna hit a passive person. That's just not me, and it wasn't me in prison. But so I left it alone, and I paid, no, I didn't pay him yet. There was these two white guys that were like, one was like a dirty dog, one was like a herb, like a lame, you know what I mean? So I told the dirty dog to walk, because he was near, the cube was close to his cube. Since he was going to yard, I knew he was gonna stash the shit, and not regularly in locker, because they do locker searches and you'll get caught. So it was going to be a good spot. And the guy watched him, and he opened his headphone ear thing, slipped it in and snapped it closed. Like, it actually snaps closed. He had a nice headphone. It's a Sony with, you know, extra bass, and there's a battery in the cord. So he knew where it was. All right, so he told the other guy, you know, he told me, but he told the other guy. And the other guy, when this guy went to yard, took it. You know, that was his job. And give it to me. So I was like the puppet master at that shit. Like, they do the work and I get the shit. But trust me, it's not sneak thieving, because let me finish the story. So I get the weed, because the guy takes it and gives it to me. I said, I got you. I'll roll you up some shit right now. Don't worry. Just get out of my cube so I can do it. And I roll up 2 sticks, you know, and a stick for me. And they were putting tobacco, I ain't gonna lie, they were putting a little tobacco to make the sticks a little bigger and burn a little slower. So both of their sticks and my stick had a little tobacco. But I knew somebody was not gonna be all right with it. Because I was gonna say it happened, you know, and like, if you want to fight, fight. Like, that's what I'm saying. I didn't sneak thief. But I knew somebody was gonna like say, yo, that's not happening, give it back. Someone like, you know, pretty powerful. There was a lot of, in that dorm, there was powerful motherfuckers all over. You know, ranked either up as gang members or just powerful, you know. So I knew someone was going to do that. So after I rolled all 3, I kept a little bit and cheeked it. Because I was like, all right, you know, like, what are you talking about? It's all, we rolled sticks. So there was this guy who kind of led the dorm. He led the dorm pretty much. You know, he was a blood, but that all the gang shit don't matter. So, but he was in the same row as the guy who got his stuff taken. So I wanted to tell him, you know what I mean? Because that's like his area, you know what I mean? But it wasn't obviously his cube, but I just, out of respect, I wanted to tell him and just say that I did it. You know, I robbed him, you know, like, I'm going to tell him too, you know. So they came back from racket, and I told him, I said, yo, I just took some shit out of what's-his-face's cube, you know, and just one shit, you know, the bud, put everything back. Nothing was snuck up, thief. Nothing was taken. He's getting robbed of that weed. I'm going to tell him, I'm going to let him stick up for himself, but this is my weed. And I just figured I'd tell you. He's like, I don't care. Get it how you live. He's like, that shit's fine with me. I was like, oh, I appreciate it. I was just telling you because that was your row and the cube was near it. He's like, nah, don't sweat it. Do your thing, my man. And he left. So I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. But there was this guy that was in our circle. He was blood too. So, you know, like I said, the gang stuff don't matter. But he was brolic. Brolic. I mean, like, not the Rock brolic, but brolic. I mean, he was easily one of the biggest ones in that compound. Like, the definition and all the shit. He was Diesel. He was big. And he was in our circle, like a friend. He was in this circle of, the little group I hung out with. He was my friend. And then he had his, his gang, not circle, the gangs and stuff like that. But when he hung out with us, He was a cool dude. And what do you call it? He came up to me. He said, "Let me talk to you in the bathroom." And I was like, "Oh shit, the bathroom is where you fight. You fight in the bathroom." He could talk to me right there. You know what I mean? Like, the bathroom, people are there, so you're not looking for privacy. I don't understand what's going on. I ain't trying to fight him. I'll admit, I ain't trying to fight him. So I go, because I'm like, if I have to, I have to. If I have to fight, I fight. But I did not want to. I figured I'd try to talk my way out of it. So I go to him. There's a couple of men there, but they're further back. And they're acting like they don't care what's going on. But it's... First of all, if he hit me once square in the face, I'd probably fall down and be, like, done. But, if there was a fight and I started winning, they would jump in. They say there's no such thing. At least in prison, a lot of the younger kids said there's no such thing as a one-on-one. No, so you'll never get one-on-one against one. If there's any around, they'll jump in. So, that might not even be what it was, but that might be their little group. That's what they do. But whatever, but I'll pass that. So he's like, I went in the bathroom. I'm like, "Yo, what's up, my man?" He's like, "Yo, you took, what's his face's shit?" I said, "Yeah, like, I tried to buy it off him twice. And, I even offered to fight over the fucking weed. You know what I mean? Like, so I took it. I'm going to let him know right after I talked to you, like, yo, I took your shit. Like, just letting you know. You didn't want to sell it. So I took it. You know what I mean?" And the guy's like, "Yo," because he had him under his wing. Like, he was using him. That was all over prison. Like, all over. He had him under his wing. He made him feel cool with his little, he made him feel good. He brought his mentality up and his feelings up, his endorphins up, but it was all fake. I knew it, everybody knows it, but it was his little bitch, basically. And so that was basically his weed too, you know what I mean? So he's like, "Yo, you took that weed, I want that back right now. Right now, I want that back." I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "Yo, I rolled 3 sticks. One for me, one for 2 of the other guys." He's like, "What 2 other guys?" I was like, "Yo, I want to take the blame for it all. I want to take the blame. I don't want to, involve other people. I want to leave them out of it. Please, let me just go back in and get the sticks back. That's it. And here, you have mine. So you got 1. I just got to take the other 2 sticks." He's like, "All right, that's no problem. Hurry up. Come right back." So I went back to the guys. I said, "Yo, this guy's ready to fight. If you want to fight him, go in and fight him. But he wants those sticks back. He wants those sticks back. But you don't have to give it to him. You can fight him. But I gave it to him. You know what I mean? Like, we lost. That's just it." So I basically said that to the other 2 guys, and they gave their stuff back too. But I still had the shit in my cheek. I knew this was going to happen, so I did it that way. I rolled this all stick, so it looked like we used it, and, collect that, and I'm still good. I didn't have a lot, but, I'm still good. I can make more money. So, they give him back, and he opens them all up, and he sees they're mixed tobacco, but he's got it, like, mixed up. He's not taking the tobacco out. He would roll it with tobacco, too, but he was looking, he's like, "Yo, that guy," I'm saying that guy because I forget his name. That guy said he had a quarter. He had a little less than a quarter left. A quarter is not a quarter ounce like the street. A quarter is, it all depends. It's small. It's small. It's not even a quarter. A quarter is about almost a dime baggie. You know what I mean? Like, not packed out, Some places packed out, that's about a quarter. I'm like, hell no, he didn't have a quarter. He had this much. I rolled all the shit. You know what I mean? Like, the shit was rolled. I was like, if he told you that, I'm telling you, he's lying to you. Because I fuck with you. You my friend. I tried to bring all that shit up to him, make him memorize, remember. we're friends. Like, you don't have to be like this to me, you know? And I was like, yo, I ain't trying to fight you, you know, over this shit. I don't want to fight. That was me, because I didn't want to have to get my ass kicked right now, because that motherfucker would have kicked my ass. And I was like, yo, I rolled the sticks. I rolled 3 sticks out of what was there, and I gave to the other 2, and I kept 1. That's all he had. If he had more, I'd have more sticks. Everybody got 1. And he's like, all right, man, all right. And he let me leave. So I avoided an ass kicking, you know what I mean? But, you know, I didn't care about fighting that much, but I was scared to fight him. I'll admit when I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna win, but here I go. You know, if I have to, I have to. But I talked my way out of it. So I went back in my cube. Lights went out. It was done for the day. People were sleeping, but, you know, people had to piss. They would get up and piss. And I was like, damn, this motherfucker. Like, if I tell anybody, even in here, you know, it's done. Like, it's done for me. He'll know I did it. So what I did is I held it for like a couple days, and I sold it in the yard, not in the fucking dorm. But you know, Moosey, I think that was his name, like a nickname, knew that I took it. You know what I mean? Like, I told him afterwards, like, yo, I took your shit. You're allowed to fight me. You know what I mean? 1-on-1, you're allowed to fight me. He's like, nah. It's all right. We got it back. It's no problem. I was like, all right, no problem. So I did tell him, because that's what it is. Because sneak thieving is the people that crack open lockers. I've seen so much of it. Like, if the one gang, because I'm not going to say the gangs, it like comes in and he is not supposed to be here, and a big gang comes and sees that this guy's here, boom, they're doing something to him. They're either destroying him on sight, or I seen them set one up. They put like a bullshit cutter thing, melted it, made it like you can get cut. It was stupid. It wouldn't work really that good. And they put it in his locker and dropped the slip. And CO searched the locker and found the shit. The guy went to the box, and he didn't pack then. The CO's supposed to pack. CO didn't pack. So what my neighbors did, because I was in a double bunk, this was when I first went to prison, they went in, cracked open the locker, and took everything he owned. All his clothes, all his food, everything he owned. That's, but he thought they were, he had friends. They weren't your friends, bro. Like, that brolic guy was just keeping you under the wing. That's it, But that other guy, he got his shit took, and he was, all right, I'll say it was a blood jail. A Crip came in, you know what I mean? And they were letting him live a little bit, because he kept, like, feeding them good, like, basically paying them off. Don't kick my ass, I'll pay it off, whatever. And they got a lot from him. But I think they got really told by someone higher that they have to do something about it. There's not one living here. And then that happened, But I've seen a whole bunch of shit. But that's the Bozo Chronicle, because I was the bozo, but I was the smart one because I kept that little bit cheap. And, I didn't make a ton of money, but I made a little bit of money. You know what I mean? I went to the yard. And damn, that was I'll admit, my heart was pounding. This motherfucker was jacked. And, and he was blood, and there was bloods in the fucking bathroom. So I really would be fighting 3 people. They would all, like, if I was fighting the big guy, one of them would hit me here, one of them would hit me back in the head, or pull my head back, and I'd get my, there's a million things they could do. But I would try my best. I would try to knock out the other 2, because they were smaller and way younger. They were young, like 22, 21, and whatever. But that's my Bozo Chronicle, and I want to thank you for watching. But do me a favor, like a couple people even said, the algorithm is with the thumbs up. That's how more people can see these videos. You gotta please put the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I do everything. I do Bozo Chronicles, prison stories, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing again prison stories, because, you know, not stories of what I did, like how to get this job and how to, you know, stuff like that. I know certain people won't watch it, but there's like other groups that will. Because I mean, shit, I got 4,600 views on what it's like in prison. You know, my second or third video, so it works. You know, you just got to get the right channel to fucking, you know, show you a video like that could be next and shit. But all right, everybody. I hope you have a good time. I hope that Bozo Chronicle was good. I'll keep thinking about it, and if I think of another one, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? I hope you have a good day, everybody. Bye.